Canada's election outcome in flux. Polling errors indicate potential shifts ahead. As Canada approaches its federal election on April 28, 2025, the political landscape is increasingly dynamic, revealing potential shifts that could significantly influence the outcome. Recent analyses suggest that the Liberal Party, led by Prime Minister Mark Carney, may secure a larger share of the popular vote while potentially losing parliamentary seats to the Conservative Party under the leadership of Pierre Poilievre. This scenario underscores the complexities inherent in Canada's electoral system, particularly the critical concept of vote efficiency. Recent simulations and models offer a nuanced view of the electoral dynamics at play. For instance, the 338 Canada simulator indicates a striking possibility. The Liberals could achieve approximately 41.3% of the popular vote, but end up with only 150 seats, whereas the Conservatives might secure 152 seats with just 39.9% of the vote. This situation highlights a significant trend. Conservative support is becoming more strategically concentrated in key battleground ridings, allowing them to maximize their seat count despite a lower overall vote share. Schrodist's Poilievre model further complicates the picture, tracking national polling closely. According to this model, the Liberals are positioned at around 41.4%, with the Conservatives at 39.3%. The NDP is polling at about 9%, while the Bloc Québécois stands at 6.5%. Schrodist's projections suggest that the Liberals could secure around 170 seats. However, some analysts argue that this projection may underestimate Conservative gains, particularly in competitive regions where polling might not fully capture the sentiments of voters, especially those who may be hesitant to disclose their support for the Conservatives. Understanding vote efficiency is crucial in this election context. This term refers to how effectively a party converts its share of the popular vote into actual parliamentary seats. The Liberal Party faces challenges in this regard, as their support is increasingly concentrated in ridings where they already hold a strong position. For example, votes in safe Liberal ridings like Parkdale, High Park do little to expand their influence, while Conservative support is being effectively translated into seats by focusing on battleground areas. The shifting demographics of voter support are also pivotal. Observations from various regions indicate that Conservative support is gaining momentum in unexpected areas, particularly urban centers like Ottawa. Candidates such as Greg Kung in Canada are demonstrating this Conservative rise, with reports suggesting they are outperforming expectations in ridings like Ottawa West, Nepean. This momentum could indicate a broader shift in voter sentiment that traditional polling may overlook, highlighting the need for a more nuanced understanding of the electorate. Furthermore, the composition of the Liberal base is evolving. Many of the party's supporters are older voters who engage primarily with legacy media and are often motivated by symbolic gestures rather than electoral pragmatism. These voters tend to reside in safe ridings, which means their votes have a limited impact on securing new ground for the party. The concentration of Liberal support in places like Montreal, where they already dominate, complicates their ability to break into competitive ridings, particularly those where the Bloc Québécois maintains a strong presence. This dynamic effectively boxes the Liberals in, limiting their options for expansion and allowing the Conservatives to capitalize on opportunities in regions like Atlantic Canada and Ontario. Another critical factor influencing this election is the shifting allegiance of minority voters. There is evidence suggesting that these voters are increasingly gravitating toward the Conservative Party, which could have a profound impact on the election results. Traditional polling data often fails to capture this transition fully, leading to potential underestimations of Conservative support among these demographics. Meanwhile, urban Liberal voters tend to prop up Liberal numbers in ways that may not translate into effective electoral gains, creating a disparity in vote efficiency that could hinder their overall performance. The role of regional parties, particularly the Bloc Québécois, is another significant element in this electoral landscape. Under Yves-François Blanchet's leadership, the Bloc has established a stronghold in Quebec that limits the Liberals' ability to expand their influence into competitive ridings. The Bloc's presence effectively constrains the Liberal Party's opportunities for growth, forcing them to compete in a landscape where they must also contend with the Conservatives. If the Bloc continues to maintain its support, It could further complicate the Liberals' efforts to gain ground while providing the Conservatives with avenues to secure key ridings in Atlantic Canada and Ontario. As the election date approaches, the implications of these trends become increasingly significant. The possibility of a Conservative minority government is now more than just a theoretical scenario. It reflects observable shifts in voter sentiment and electoral dynamics. The Conservatives' ability to capitalize on these factors could lead to significant gains in crucial battlegrounds, further solidifying their position in the House of Commons. Additionally, the impact of media narratives surrounding the election plays a vital role in shaping public perception and influencing voter behavior. The continuous comparisons made between Pierre Poilievre and other high-profile figures can affect how voters perceive Conservative candidates. These media narratives may lead to the underrepresentation of Conservative support in polls, as some voters might feel reluctant to express their preferences due to societal pressures or the prevailing political climate. In light of these emerging trends, the Liberal Party faces critical challenges regarding its electoral strategy. They must find ways to engage voters in battleground ridings and address the concerns of those who may feel alienated from the party's current messaging. Adapting their approach to resonate with a broader demographic could be vital for reclaiming lost ground. Moreover, the implications of shifting voter demographics extend beyond the immediate election. As younger voters and minority communities become more influential in shaping the electoral landscape, parties will need to reevaluate their platforms and outreach strategies to ensure they are addressing the needs and concerns of these groups. The evolving political landscape in Canada reflects broader trends that transcend party lines, emphasizing the importance of understanding voter dynamics and the complexities of the electoral system. As Canadians prepare to head to the polls, the focus will be on how these trends develop and what implications they hold for the future of Canadian politics. The upcoming election serves as a critical juncture not only for the parties involved but also for the electorate, which must navigate an increasingly complex political terrain. The outcomes will have lasting effects on the governance of Canada, shaping policy directions and political discourse for years to come. In summary, while national polls may show the Conservatives trailing, the underlying dynamics suggest that Liberal support is becoming less effective, potentially paving the way for a Conservative victory. As Canadians prepare to cast their votes, it is essential to recognize that the election is not just a test of party strength, but a reflection of changing voter sentiments that will shape the nation's political landscape for years to come. The interplay of voter demographics, party strategies, and media narratives will all play crucial roles in determining the electoral outcome, making this election one of the most consequential in recent Canadian history.